After everything I've been through, I'm still deeply in love with this whole world. Hi everyone, I am Sarah. Welcome to my channel. This channel is my personal journal, a space to document my personal growth, sharing my experiences, and reflect on the journey that brought me here. Today, I want to start from the beginning and tell you my story. It's raw, unfiltered, and deeply personal. But if you've ever felt like life keeps pushing you to start over, maybe you'll find something in my journey to resonate with you. Let's start with who I was. I was born in Suizhou, Hubei, a historical city in central China. But my childhood was shaped more by loss than by history. My father and my grandma passed away when I was very little. Not long after, my mother left. So it was just me, my little brother, and my grandpa until I lost him when I was 9 or 10. And when I was 26, I lost my brother as well. And my mother and I have since reconnected. She has her own family now, and I do have a stepsister. So after my grandpa passed, my aunts and their husbands decided to take care of my brother and me. It sounded good in theory, but in reality, we were caught in between 7 different families, each with their own opinions, and there was just no way for them to agree on anything. Every decision about us turned into fights, physical fights, shouting, cursing, and we witnessed all of it. That's when I realized no one was really responsible for us. If I wanted stability, I had to create it for myself. So I started to make my own decisions and figure out ways to be financially independent as soon as possible. During my first year of high school, I discovered a women's vocational and technical school. At the time, it was the first of its kind in my city. It focused on training women in social and professional skills like public speaking, dance, music, office work, and computer science. Most importantly, it had partnerships with China's booming coastal regions and guaranteeing jobs for graduates, and that was all I needed to hear. So I went straight up to the principal's office, introduced myself, and told her my situation and asked for a chance to study there. Eventually, I signed a contract. I was allowed to study there for 6 months, graduate early to start working. In return, I had to pay a full 3-year program, but I managed to pay it off within the first year of my working. If you ask me about my education, that 3-year program certificate in computer science probably is the only formal education I received in the school. But my real study didn't just stop there. After working different jobs and realizing corporate life wasn't for me, I became a hostel manager in Yunnan at 22. It was the first job I felt truly confident in my abilities. It also taught me the relationships between an employee and employer is a partnership, not just hierarchy. I left that job because of personal reasons. I was young, emotionally attached, and took things too personally. I guess we all been there, right? So after my brother passed, I knew I needed to change direction. I decided to move into the health and wellness industry. While still working in hospitality, I spent 2 years training. By 2016, I officially became a personal trainer. And over the years, I obtained certifications in aerial yoga, Pilates, strength training, chiropractic adjustments, children's sports, women's maternal postpartum care. Looking back, there are definitely some similarities between how I got myself into the vocational school, how I gained myself the opportunity to be a hostel manager to start my first career, and how I got my first job to be a personal trainer as my second career. At all times, I didn't wait for the opportunities. I went after them. At one of the training courses I attended, there was an instructor who was also one of the owners of a training club. He was a role model to me, so I knew I wanted to work with him and learn from him. So I went straight up to him and told him honestly and directly that how much I would like to work under him, that I would be lucky and grateful to have the opportunity to continue to learn as both his employee and student. He didn't say yes the first time, but I didn't give up. After I moved to his city and kept trying again, eventually I got the job, and that's where my career truly took off. I worked tirelessly, not just because I was passionate, but because my brother no longer had the time. So how could I waste any of mine? In a way, it was like punishing myself with work, pushing myself harder than necessary. But the same drive also helped me reach the peak of my personal coaching career much sooner than I ever expected. My dedication paid off. I was able to afford high-level trainings, travel to different countries, and expand my career. If COVID-19 hadn't happened and I hadn't moved to the US, I would probably continued to be a personal trainer and grow into a wellness coach. As I worked as a personal trainer, something just clicked. Even though I was employed by a company and they were paying for my time and my teaching hours, I realized I wasn't just working for them, I was actually working for myself. I was managing my own clients, creating personalized plans for them, building and maintaining relationships, and ultimately generating profits through my own efforts. I wasn't just an employee, it felt like I was running my own business instead of another business. Looking back, I can see that this was when my entrepreneurial spirit started growing in me without even realizing it at the time. I was already thinking and operating like an entrepreneur. In 2024, I officially became an immigrant, and now I'm a wife, a soon-to-be mom, and an entrepreneur. It feels like I'm starting over again, but not because I failed. This time, I trust the process. Real estate is a way for me to secure my family's future financially, and media is a way for me to share my journey, raw, real, and unfiltered. Personal growth is my foundation. I don't believe in just self-improvement, I believe in transformation. Every layer I heal makes room for my future. Family is a micro society. I used to think that success meant making huge impact in the world. And now I believe that the biggest impact starts at home. A well cared for family creates stability, and that stability spreads outward to the society. Spirituality without labels. I do believe in higher power, something greater than human being, Call it God, Buddhism, the universe, energy, or even just the voice inside you. It doesn't matter. I believe it's there guiding us. I also believe we all come to this world with a mission. When that mission is done, our physical body might be gone, but our spirit, our soul, moves on. And we don't get to choose where we start. Some of us are born into broken families like me, but I see these are starting tools. Our job is to grow beyond them and create something better. If you made this far, thank you. This was my story, the raw, unfiltered version. I'll be posting weekly vlogs, monthly recap of reflections on my personal growth, sharing my life as I build my businesses, preparing for motherhood and navigate this new chapter. If you would like to follow along, subscribe. If not, I still appreciate you taking the time to listen. Either way, I am grateful. And see you next time. This video was recorded in early 2025. I am 36. As you can tell, I am not naturally comfortable speaking in front of a camera, especially in my second language. But I decided to do it because at this point in my life, I don't have any deep fears inside of me anymore. I actually enjoy pushing myself outside of my comfort zone. And I can't wait to see where life takes me in 5 years. Who will I become? Will I become a new version of me? A better version? Any of my beliefs and priorities change? We'll see.